Hello, I'm Anjana Gadgil. Welcome to South Today. In tonight's programme, a former pupil sues the school where he received contaminated blood in the 80s.
Questions should have been asked. I want truth and justice, and I want this never to happen again.
Gary Webster was a teenager when he was infected with HIV and hepatitis C after being given contaminated blood. He was one of more than 100 youngsters with the blood disorder Hemophilia to be given it while at Treloar College in Hampshire in the 70s and 80s. 3/4 of that number have since died. Now, Gary says he's going to sue the college for negligence and breach of their duty of care. David Allard reports.
This is a really, really difficult decision I've made, and I wouldn't have done it without the support of the other boys. Questions should have been asked, the headmaster should have done more, finding out what was going on, and obviously the situation now is we've got 90 people dead.
Gary's still fighting for the truth about what happened to him nearly 40 years ago. He'd been loving his time at Treloar College in Alton, a boarding school for disabled children with a specialist NHS Haemophilia centre on site. Doctors there treated him with factor VIII, imported blood pooled from thousands of donors.
It only takes one infected person in a pool of blood of 10, 15,000 to infect the whole lot.
Pupils were told they were taking part in a trial, but nothing more.
Where does the duty of care come in? My parents were never informed. They didn't know anything. No one had any idea what these trials for.
Earlier this year, Gary and other former pupils gave evidence at the wider public inquiry, looking into how so many people were given contaminated blood in the 70s and 80s. He recalled the moment he was told he had HIV, which at the time was considered a death sentence.
He said, the outlook's not good, we can't guarantee that you'd be sort of alive in a couple of years.
Gary suffered lifelong physical and mental health consequences.
It's stigma. I have guilt, still being here.
4 months on, he's to sue Treloar College for compensation.
It's not about money, but clearly money would help to relieve the financial burdens of the last few years of their lives, but it's far too late.
I mean, it would give us all security, I think. None of us can get mortgages, life insurance, hardly any of us work now.
Treloar College says it wouldn't be appropriate to comment at this time. The wider public inquiry concludes next year. The government has said it will pay full compensation to the victims if that's what the inquiry recommends. David Allard, BBC South Today.